I don't know who envisioned this project at the Composers Forum, but it was a real win-win-win-win kind of thing.
I think someone had a vision, and the vision came to fruition. That's awesome. A vision of commissioning these composers all over the country, being able to perform all this great music.
All across America, in small towns and big cities, an exciting and historic program is unfolding. Continental Harmony, the celebration of community through music.
Hey, I'm writing a piece of music. Would it be all right if I used your voice in my piece?
It'd be a great honor to me.
Specifically, composers from across the country are creating new works of music, tailored to each community, and performed by local artists, all to discover and celebrate the vitality of each locale. The program culminates in the local performance of an original piece of music and a day of celebration. But the fundamental magic of Continental Harmony is that something far bigger than a piece of music is produced. By fostering teamwork and a common vision, Continental Harmony is a community-building tool.
I think we've just written part of the piece.
Continental Harmony is the first national commissioning project of this country in partnership with the National Endowment for the Arts, and it's a very exciting program of the Composers Forum.
We had a dream of running a national contest where communities across the nation would apply to us to win a composer who would write a piece for them.
So we got this flyer, and the president of the Arts Council came around to me with it, and she was all excited about it, and I kind of looked at it and said, yeah, right, we can really have a chance to do this.
The way it works is that civic and cultural groups apply to the American Composers Forum with a project they'd like to do, something that celebrates their history, a current issue, or their hopes for the future. The national panel selects the winners, and then the adventure begins.
Lo and behold, in January, we get the darn thing.
You won't believe this. We got it.
So we got the thing. Well, now what do? Well, we have to commission a composer. How do you go about commissioning a composer? Never done that before.
The Composers Forum invites thousands of composers from across the nation to apply to the winning sites. The communities interview and select a composer who does about a 6-week residency over the course of a year, meeting and interviewing residents and doing projects which the community chooses.
I thought, well, here's a little town in Nowhereville and nowhere. Who's going to apply for a commission to write a piece of music for that? Well, we had 3 actually good candidates apply.
We have a special person here tonight. A singer-songwriter, is he? Composer. Composer. Oh, okay.
My identified assignment by the community was to discover Idaho and reveal it to itself. So for me, it was a journey to understand the environment and why these people lived there and what they loved about it, and I tried to reflect that in my composition.
I participated in the Continental Harmony Commission for Newport, Rhode Island. We composed a piece for gospel choir and woodwind quintet. And mind you, the 2 genres have never met before. It was awesome. It was quite intriguing.
It's a lot more involving in the sense that the composer works with the community on something that means something to them. It's not just another commission for another orchestra piece, of which there are many, many great such works, but this is much more tailored to the individuals that are commissioning the music and something that actually says something about who they are.
What I'm going to do isn't just writing a piece of music. My mission is to not only write the piece of music, but to fuel it by what I can discover about the community.
You know, our goal was to make composition, reconnect it with everyday life, and not have it be something that's just isolated in a concert hall for an elite group of people. We wanted music making to be something that people felt was part of their life.
Now, if you get a wonderful piece out of the New York Symphony or something, and it's a grand, wonderful thing, it's real nice, but it doesn't mean to the people that hear it the same thing as having it be about your community, about your area. There's a sense of ownership in that you don't get on watching somebody else's art, and that's what makes this thing special.
Authentic community expression. This has been the key to Continental Harmony's success. Through the process of coming together to create a personal statement about themselves, communities have experienced the power of transformation.
Well, I had hoped that there'd be some nice piece of music written and people would come to the concert and clap. But it was far, far more than that. My goodness.
And we're going to have about 1,000 people doing this, you know. It's going to be horrendous amount of sound.
I'm not sure I've ever been in a concert hall in a rehearsal where I have felt as much just sheer joy in their accomplishment. Everybody felt that way, and you could just, it was tangible in the air as they went into that performance, the sense that they had done something really big and really worth doing.
One of the significant benefits we had from the experience was getting a number of groups together that hadn't been talking to each other on a regular basis. We got the Sweet Adelines, we got the Community Chorus, we got the Allied Arts Council, the Symphony, the School District, all sat down around the table and worked on some common projects for the first time in anyone's memory, frankly.
We have gathered to sing praises, soldiers of the line.
I think these communities who've been involved in this have been reinvigorated. Many of them had never done anything of this magnitude before, and I'm hopeful that that sense of power and sense of their own abilities and capabilities as a people, that they'll be able to apply that to future kinds of projects that they do.
For the first time ever in the history of Madison County, through History in the Arts, we're able to actually pull the 4 cities together, the 4 mayors, their committees, the community. Everybody's excited about this. I've never seen anything like it. Today was a day of complete diversity, geographic, racial, and economic, from everywhere, and that is unprecedented.
It's awesome. I never thought I would see it in my lifetime. Black and white, young and old. Just look around. Just look at all the people around.
Local community, the heart of America, is revitalized and strengthened as Continental Harmony helps forge celebratory visions, one community at a time.
If I've learned anything from this commission, music is a secondary issue. It's all about the people.
It's about communicating with each other, working out our differences, working out our problems.
I wish there was some way to communicate out to the world that this is important, that this should happen more often, that this is the sort of thing that makes that word community actually mean something.
I think as we give people the right to celebrate themselves, we will have a stronger nation. And I think that we will help on a one-by-one basis solve some real community issues. We are already solving them, and this will continue into the future.